Hey everybody, welcome to month 6 of the Eclectic Readers Club. If you're reading along with us on our same schedule, then happy June. Welcome to summer. If you're not, that's fine. With the reading club, you can do it at your own pace, so you might just pick a month you like, or you might read right along with us, or perhaps you started later on and are starting at the beginning and working your way through. Whatever way works for you, it works for us too, just as long as you're reading. So this month, our theme was educational and instructional books paired with the topic of countries and cultures. So I just had a quick thought this month when it came to the idea of countries and cultures. In our meeting, we were talking about the moon, which then ironically we have picked space for next month. But we were recently watching a show talking about people possibly returning to the moon, or should we try to make a community on the moon? And so I had mentioned to the kids how with Antarctica, it's kind of a no man's land, or maybe you call it everybody's land, where the world has basically come to an agreement saying, nobody's going to claim this. This is a place where we can have scientific bases and do exploration and research, but it doesn't belong to anybody. So it's not exactly a country. It's a continent. It's not exactly a country under what we think of as a country. It doesn't have a certain government or anything like that. It's kind of shared by the world. So when it comes to moon exploration, we were rolling over the same kinds of thoughts of, if we managed to create a settlement on the moon, would this be a shared enterprise? Obviously, certain countries have paved the way for space exploration. Some have a lot more resources and ability to engage in space travel than others do. But if it comes to we're trying to look for other places to live on because the Earth is becoming less livable, then are we going to share the moon settlement? In other words, the people who can get there, do they have more right to be there? Do they have a right to claim it? So would this be communal? Or would this be something that was owned? Would it be shared between a few countries? What would you imagine for a moon settlement? What would seem right to you? How do you decide that? If we're actually living there, if it's not simply for scientific purposes, how do you do that? How do you navigate that? Because it seems there might need to be some kind of structure. So who runs it? Who decides it? How do we make that work? So think about that one and talk it over. And then our second part of that was, since we were also talking about culture, I asked all the kids if you could bring an element of culture to a moon settlement, if you were moving in there, what would you bring? Is it something within your own culture now? Is it something you practice? Or is there something you could think of that you would start where it's brand new? It's fresh. You're in this brand new, exciting horizon, new frontier. Are you going to bring something new? And what would it be? What would it look like? So there's a couple things to roll over this month and give a thought to is, what would life on the moon look like? So talk about it, have a little chat, and then as always, keep reading. Month 7, we have pulled the theme of foreign language and bilingual books. And we will, as I mentioned earlier, be diving into that space thing. So just roll with it right on into it. All right, everybody, have a great month, and we'll see you in month 7. Bye.